Dr. Abernathy, Reverend Fontroy, and I have just had a very fruitful and meaningful hour with President Johnson to discuss some of the vital and important issues of our nation in the area of civil rights. I might say that in the very beginning I congratulated the President for the passage of the new voting bill, knowing that he had worked so passionately and unrelentingly for this bill and made it very clear to him that this would be a great step forward in removing all of the remaining obstacles to the right to vote. President Johnson asked me to come in mainly to discuss the pending conference that will come up in the fall on the civil rights. He is very concerned about making this an in-depth conference to grapple with the depths and dimensions of the problem of racial injustice in our country, and he wants us to emerge from this conference with concrete, positive recommendations so that in the future we will be able to grapple with this problem in a more profound way. He asked for my suggestions and my recommendations, and I said to him that as soon as possible I would be submitting these recommendations to him. I also requested of the President that as soon as the bill is signed, that immediately federal examiners would be placed in certain key counties where we have faced a great deal of resistance, and we feel that within the next month we can double the number of Negro registered voters in at least 40 black belt counties if these registrars are immediately appointed. The President assured me that they would look into this and ask me to talk with the Attorney General about it before leaving Washington.
Dr. King, a number of people seem to feel that with the passage of the Voting Rights Bill coming after last year's rather sweeping Civil Rights Bill, that the time is right for an easing of demonstrations, perhaps a moratorium on racial strife. How do you feel about this?
Well, I think that in some areas there will be an easing of demonstrations where there is a real compliance with the 1964 bill and with the new voting bill. That is, if it is vigorously implemented, I think in those areas we may see a decrease in demonstrations. On the other hand, the problems of the North are growing every day, and I think in those communities there will be an increase of demonstrations in order to call attention to the problems in housing, jobs, and in the schools. The way that the Negro community and the allies in the white community will be able to bring these issues out in the open so that the communities involved will not be able to ignore the problem.
Dr. King, do you anticipate it'll take some urging to get some people to take advantage of the opportunity to register?
It will definitely take some urging. Naturally, when you have communities where people have been denied the right to vote for well now 80 years, where people have been denied the right even to go up and register because of fear of economic, social, and other reprisals, they have often lost motivation and they have unconsciously become apathetic. And we're going to have to arouse the motivation and certainly lift the Negro from this apathetic slump in many communities, this understandable apathy. But we have, I think, the resources to do it. And we're just going to do it on the simple door-knocking, going into community campaign that will bring them out and take them down to register.
Dr. King, how long will it be before the number of Negro elected officials is proportionate to the number of Negroes in the electorate?
It's difficult to give the number of years. I think with the new voting bill, it will certainly speed up the time, and I think within the next 8 or 10 years, we will see new and marvelous developments in this area, and I think we will see a great rise in the percentage of Negroes represented in government, both local and national.
Thank you, Dr. King.
Mm-hmm.